Hello, fellow homeschool parents. This is Sonia here with Bethany Homeschool Academy, bringing you another video today. Today's video is on a math and literacy binder that I created for my daughter back when she was in pre-K. Now, this binder did morph over time as her academics needs changed. So this is basically what we were left with by the end of kindergarten. If you like any of the activities you see in this binder here today, feel free to go down to the description box and click on those links below. All of the activities are available for free from various websites such as TPT, education.com, Khan Academy Kids, and other mom or teacher websites. Now, if you decide to download this, one thing I do recommend is laminating your activities, especially if you want to be able to use them over and over and over again. Either that or stick it in some sort of page protectors, okay? Now, when you decide to do these activities with your children, a few things I do recommend having on hand are a dry erase marker, some math dice for the math dice activities, some change, and some sort of counters, okay? If you don't have any counters, any manipulatives, anything like that you can use, just go ahead and grab some dry beans from your cupboard or even some little tiny toys for your child to use as counters. Now, the way me and my daughter used to do this is basically every single day, I would have her do this. Let's make today's number sheet. All right, every day she would pick a number, any number, write that number, write down the number word, complete the number bond, and with some manipulatives, represent that number in a 10 frame. Then she would draw a little illustration showing how many. Next, we have our tens and ones song. I don't know about you all, but in kindergarten, we did cover place value. So this is one little song that we use to go along with our place value lessons. On our next page here, we have beginning sounds. Now, this is one of those activities that carried over from pre-K. My daughter loved this activity so much that she decided she didn't want to let go of it when it came time for kindergarten. So we did keep it. What I did with this is I printed it up, laminated it, put some little Velcros on the back, and created a nice little interactive activity for her to work on every day or whenever she likes. Next, we have our money sorting mat. Our money sorting mat for this, I recommend you have some change. I just use real change. You could use real or fake. I just use real because I could always just put my hand in my purse and grab out a nice stack of coins for my daughter to sort. Another good thing to do when your child is working on this money sorting mat is go on YouTube, look for the Jack Hartman videos, and he does have a money song up there. My daughter absolutely loves the money song, and she loves listening to it, dancing to it, partying to it, basically, when she's doing this money sorting mat. Just a tip there. Next, another pre-K activity that we did keep because rhyming, syllables, and stuff like that still carries on into kindergarten. So I did keep in a page protector here this little rhyming and syllables worksheet. Now we have our pick a pencil. For the pick a pencil, it does come with some moving parts. These are the parts, okay? It includes the numbers 0 through 10 on little cards. And what your child will do is they'll basically pick a card, flip it over, write that number in one of these little pencils here, and then use some manipulatives or even just a little marker to mark that number or represent that number in a 10 frame, okay? Our next activity here is a number bond, decomposing numbers activity. And for this one, it does come with a whole ton of parts. I'm not gonna lie here. Now, it comes with 25 of these little pieces here. Again, I laminated this activity, put some nice little stickies on the back, and we used it like this. Okay, so it comes with 25 of those with the numbers, or 26 with the numbers 0 through 25. And then it comes with a number of these blanks right here where you can put any number on it for your child to work on a number bond. It does also include some manipulatives. It included these little popcorn manipulatives in here. We didn't really like those, so instead we just opted to use these little base 10 blocks we have here. Those are the ones, we just throw them in there, and my daughter would go ahead and break down that number. All right, and then she'd record her responses over here. Now, this activity is good for pre-K, for an advanced pre-K student, or for kindergarten, as well as for first graders. and it does include up to 18 practice problems. Next, we have the roll it, show it, write it activity. With this one, I do recommend using 2 dice. And what your child would do is roll the dice, take those dice, stick them up there in the little boxes. All right, represent those numbers. So we have 4 plus 2. So your child will represent 4 with some sort of manipulative or illustration, and 2. And then they will go ahead with their nice little dry erase marker and write that down, 4 plus 2 with the sum. Next, we have the same thing, but the subtraction version of it, okay? And you will grab 2 dice, grab the largest number. Oh, well, they're both at 2. It's okay, so it doesn't really matter. But normally, if you have a larger number and a smaller number, you would grab the largest number first, smaller number second, and represent it. So here we have 2 minus 2. So 2 minus 2. Go ahead and grab your little marker, write down the equation, 2 minus 2, and your difference equals 0. Okay. Here I have an activity. Now I could not find the link to this one. I did download this activity maybe over a year ago. So because of that, I was not able to locate this activity online anymore, but that's because time was limited for me. So if you like, it did include a number of activities in the package. I believe it included this roll it, write it, tally it, show it, as well as these 2, which is roll and add, roll, write, and solve, and one other one right here, which is the roll 3 and add. Okay, let me try to go back to that. And we're back, sorry. Now, those, if you cannot end up finding it, one thing I do suggest you can do is open up a PowerPoint slide and just make it yourself. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip that just because I didn't include the link and I don't want to tease you with it. Now, right here we have a build a number. For this one, we personally use our base 10 blocks. I own base 10 blocks, but you can use anything you have, linking cubes or anything you want to build a number, right? So basically, we use this a lot when my daughter was working on place value. And what I would do, I would get some of the little, we call them Mr. 10s, right? That's what I call them. Call them Mr. 10s. I would put some Mr. 10s in there, put some little ones in there, and I would have my daughter count it out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. Then I would ask her how many 10s are in 42. She would write 4 Mr. 10s. How many 1s? 2. And then from there, she would go ahead and expand that number out. So 4 10s equals 40, plus 2 1s equals 2, equals 42. And then I would have her count it one more time, just to reinforce it. And she would work on this sometimes with me, sometimes independently. Okay, next activity. This again is the ones that I don't have the copy of, but you might be able to find it on Pinterest, TPT, or some other websites, maybe even education.com. It might be a TPT one. It looks, yeah, I'm not even going to try to guess where I got this from. So roll and add. Roll, I got the number 6 and 1. I would put them right there. And then my daughter goes ahead. She writes her addition sentence and her sum. And just do that over and over until you fill out the whole page. This is a roll it, write it, solve it. So you can get your 2 dice, roll it, create a word problem. It tells you to write the word problem right in the little box. I don't like to do that personally. So what we use the box for instead, right here I have the numbers 3 and 2. What we use the box for is my daughter would work out the word problem as she was listening to it in these boxes with the manipulatives. Okay, and you could do addition or subtraction. It doesn't really matter. All right. And then your child will go ahead and write out the equation that represents the problem right in there. Next, we have the making 10 activity. Okay, and with this one, we personally use these 2-tone counters. If you don't have 2-tone counters, you can just use 2 different color markers or 2 different sorts of manipulatives, whatever you have for this making 10 activity. So there are a variety of different activities you can do with this. I'm not going to go over that here. I'm sure you can figure it out. There are 11 different ways to make 10. There are also different activities you can do for making 10. Things involving addition, subtraction, missing add-ins, etc. Whatever you end up working out up here, your child would then go ahead and create the equation down there that corresponds with what you're doing. Okay, next I have this number mat activity right here. I do admit this one has tons and tons of moving parts. If you have the time and patience, or even a guillotine cutter, to go ahead, print this up, cut out all these things, laminate them and everything like that, and then stick little stickies on the back. God bless you. Okay, it took me a long time. I did it over the course of a number of days just because I didn't want to sit there and do it all at once. Anyhow, this includes the numbers 0 through 10. All right, and each number comes with all this many pieces. So what your child will do is find the corresponding pieces that represent whatever number they chose. Right here we chose 7, and put those up here. Okay. Next we have the roll 3 and add. Again, this is part of that 4-page document that I can't find. But again, you can create it on PowerPoint if you like. So right here, you're going to need 3 dice. Grab the 3 dice, roll it, put them in there. This is how we did it. I didn't make her draw it out like it tells you. So put it in there, and then your child could create the addition sentence using the 3 numbers and write the sum. Next, we have a Khan Academy Kids activity. And this one, in the file down below, you'll find that it includes not just this one, which is the addition and subtraction within 20, but it also includes set A, which is addition and subtraction using 1 through 10. And with that, it includes a single 10 frame as well as a double 10 frame for both of these activities. Okay? And you would use the 10 frames in order to show with manipulatives how to solve this problem. Next, we have a dental hygiene activity. With this dental hygiene activity, I would also get some materials from my sister's dental office. So my sister is a dental office manager here in Oak Park, Illinois, for the offices of Dr. Garrison and Gargiulo. All right, so I would go to my sister's office sometimes. I would tell my sister if she can give us some workbooks or coloring books or even some dental items for my daughter to incorporate along with this lesson. And basically what I did here is I laminated these pages, put some little stickies on the back, some Velcros, and my daughter goes ahead and she sorts. We have our healthy tooth, our cavity tooth. So she would find healthy behaviors, healthy things, and healthy foods for our healthy tooth, and the bad ones for the cavity. That was a pre-K activity, by the way, and we kept it. Now, this is one of our kindergarten activities. This is time within the hour. As you can see, these were originally just worksheets, and I just cut off the bottom portion, cut out these little pieces, laminated them, and turned it into a reusable time activity. This is also available down below in the description box for free. Lastly, I have a number words matching activity right here. And that's the end of this binder. It was originally in binder, but because we're not going to be using it anymore, I just kind of tied it up here, and we're going to reuse the binder for something else this year. Some of the materials we do use personally with this binder, like I showed you, some base 10 blocks, 2-tone counters. I really do highly recommend having some money, so some coins for the money sorting activity. I do highly recommend having some dice for some of our dice math activities. Some form of a counter. These counters specifically I found at the Dollar Tree. There's about 50 to 100 of them in the little plastic baggie for $1 if you like to grab some. If not, just use some dry beans. This is, okay, those are the base 10. And I do recommend having a dry erase marker, particularly if you're going to be laminating these activities. That is all for today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you do like all the activities that you saw in here today, go down below into the description box, and for free, you will be able to download all these free activities for your child. All right, well, have a nice day today, and thank you from Bethany Homeschool Academy. Bye-bye.